Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. And today we're going to be looking at another logic build. A lot of people have been wanting me to go back to logic, and while I've been waiting for the explosive canisters to come back, I took a small break from tanks and wanted to do some really cool designs and some things I might be able to work on a little bit more in the future. So today we're going to be looking at the countdown timer. This is something I've been working on. I worked on it somewhat in a stream. However, I did the majority of the work before the stream. It was really complex and not... Yeah. So this design does utilize the 7-segment displays I showed off last episode. That's kind of part of the reason I made these 7-segment displays, because I did want to use them in a project like this, so I went ahead and built them early. Then I built this with the intent to use it in this thing over here. And some of the parts I designed for the countdown timer, which are these, which I've nicknamed step bits, are going to be useful in future projects as well. So these are what works inside the countdown timer. This is actually for the 10-second and the this is for the seconds and the minutes slot. So how this works is all these are just a whole bunch of logic. When I press one of these green buttons, it implants a bit, which can be used in red from that purple. I also have a reset. So if we set the first bit true, we can give it a clock signal, which will push the bit one down the line. And I can keep on sending it until it comes back around. And what happens is, as it transitions through this, it also would change the next set of these step bits, or these pass bits as I've called them. So this would be a second, and then it would trigger a 10-second one, which would be right above it. And when that 10-second one is finished, it'll trigger a minute one. So there's your second, there's your 10-second, there's your minute, and there's your 10-minute. So whenever this does a full completion, it does one clock tick on this. When this does a full completion, it does one clock tick on this. And when this does a full completion, it does a clock tick on this. And this is how it counts. And then the clock itself, there's a whole bunch of other logic in here that does a whole bunch of other things. So let's actually get this up and running. So when it starts, it does an auto reset, but if you really feel like it, you can press the reset button here anyway. Coming to the back of the creation is where you'd put in your time. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up. If you do it from the top down, it causes some issues. So let's say we want a 1-minute timer, which is 0 seconds, 0 seconds, 1 minute, and 0 in the 10-minute slot. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. There are individual reset buttons back here if you misplace when you're typing, or you can also use the complete reset, which is on the front of the machine. Now you'll see our timer is set to 1 minute. Now let's go ahead and do a reset. Say we want 5 minutes. So 0 seconds, 0 in the 10 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 0. Now we have 5 minutes on the clock. And I'm going to do this one more time. Go ahead and do a full reset. Say we want 15 minutes and 30 seconds for some reason. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So now we have 15 minutes and 30 seconds. These switches in the front do a few different things. These switches here on the left are your reminders. The top one goes off anytime the 10-minute place changes. The middle one goes off anytime the middle minute changes. And the bottom goes off anytime the 10-second place changes. So just go ahead and turn this all on. Now here, the top switch starts alarming whenever there's less than a minute. So when there's less than a minute, it starts beeping. Go ahead and turn that on. And this one starts alarming when there's less than 10 seconds. It starts beeping even faster with a higher pitched sound. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Once you have all your settings how you want them, all your reminders, all your alarms, and your time put in, you can go ahead and just hit the green button, and there we go. So now when this goes from 20 to 19, because we have the 10-second alert, or 10-second reminder, as I've been calling it, it'll beep once. So when it goes from 10 to 9, it'll beep again. Or if we don't want that, we can turn that off. And whenever it changes, it won't. However, you will still hear the minute change. So there's a slightly different pitch beep because the minutes place changed, but it will no longer beep after every 10 seconds. So there you go, it no longer beeps after every 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and shut this off. And let's do 0, 20, 0, 1. So 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, I did 11 minutes and 20 seconds apparently. I think I did that wrong. Let's go ahead and just reset these. There we go. 10 minutes, 20 seconds. We're going to have the 10-second reminder off, the 1 minute reminder on, and the 10-minute reminder on with both alarms on. Go and start this so you can hear what it sounds like when the minute alarm changes and the 10-minute alarm changes. A reminder, I should say. Keep mixing those up. There you go. And let's go ahead and turn this off, and let's set it to 1 minute and 20 seconds. There we go. Now we're at 1 minute 20. And this is going to be showing off the alarms, what it does when it gets less than a minute, and what it does when it gets less than 10 seconds. So now we're less than a minute. It's going to start beeping. Beeps about once every second. Yes, it is annoying. That is the intent. It's supposed to tell you, hey, you've got a minute left. Hurry the hell up, because the timer's about to go off. Alright, now we're less than 10 seconds. And there is your final beep tone that you get. So hopefully that shows off everything you need to know about how this works. So now we're going to be looking at this. This was designed, I guess the timer was designed for this project. But this project, what it was meant to do was a kind of multiplayer garage to where you can have a building timer and stuff. Kind of inspired by the Multiplayer Monday series, but it's something that I thought might be good for me and some of the friends I play with, just to kind of have fun and compete in some way. So this actually has a timer smack dab in the middle of it, actually, and it works on the same controls. The only thing really different is how you would normally start this. So each garage has its own button, but say you don't have someone in that garage, say the garage is unused or you don't have enough people, just come back here, hit this override switch, There's an override switch for each garage. And this is the only garage I'm going to be using, so the override switch is off. And then when we get ready to start, I have to hold that button. Coming in here, let's go ahead and make sure we do a full reset. And let's put 15 minutes on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 minutes. Let's check real quick. Yep. And I want a reminder every 10 minutes, every minute, as well as both of my alarms. Then when everyone's ready, 15 minutes is on the clock, everyone holds their button, and you get a tone for when it starts, and your countdown started. You'd start building. Every minute you get a small reminder beep. Every 10 minutes you get 2 reminder beeps. When you have less than a minute, it starts beeping. And when you get less than 10 seconds, it starts beeping rapidly to tell you, hey, you've got 10 seconds. Do any last minute things you need to do. And I'm just absolutely happy with this build. I can't be happy enough with how this thing turned out. Not only did it do what it was intended to do, it does a little bit more than I actually designed it for. Originally I was going to have some presets like 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes. But with this, it gives you a full customizable time. So if you want something obscure like 22 minutes and 15 seconds, you can put it in if you really feel like it. And also like the little pass bits that I made to actually work with the countdown timer, I see a lot of uses for that. A lot of things like binary counters, possibly calculators, and stuff like that could be really, really useful in the future. But unfortunately, this is going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. Any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing, please subscribe. It helps a lot. And right now, shares help the channel most. So if you do want to help out this channel, please share this episode with a friend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. And until next time, peace.